Coach, if you want to start with an opening statement.
Just to start off, I just have been so humbled by the support of friends and family, players, coaches, staff, all the Nevada football family and all the Northern Nevada family for the support for me this week and my family. I've been totally humbled by everybody supporting us, and really I'm thankful, first of all. Second of all, I'm just very proud of our football team. We knew this was going to be one of the better teams in the conference. They're a very proud and resilient team. For them to fight back the way that they did, you have to tip your hat to Wyoming. I have a lot of respect for Craig Bull and his coaching staff and what they do, and I just thought it was a fabulous football game, the way it was played. For us, we did a lot of good things. We got a lot of improvement to make as a football team. I was very disappointed in the penalties that we had, especially in the kicking game. We had a punt return call back. We were put in poor field position several times by penalties on kickoff returns. So we have to clean that up, make sure we have the right people in there, and make sure that we're cleaner in that area. We left a lot of points on the field offensively, got in the red zone in the first half and couldn't convert. Had a couple of turnovers offensively, but those are things that we can get better and improve on. Really proud of Sam Hammond on defense, the way that he played. Burdell Robbins had the big turnover. Julian Diaz, our punter, he's got an amazingly talented leg, and the punts that he had in this game were absolutely amazing. I think he had 2 punts over 70 yards, and at the end there, it was just it was big time play to punt him down inside the 5, and really proud of Cole Turner. I think moving Cole Turner to tight end was just really an excellent move for him and his future. A kid's 6'6" and 240 pounds. He's still very athletic, and by moving him in the middle of the field just really gives us some great matchups offensively. And then Carson. Now, what can you say about Carson? Carson was really sharp. That's the way he's been practicing. And I think he's just got a chance to have a great year. And really looking forward to him playing a year where he really understands our system and he has the weapons to use. Really probably the most underplayed player on the whole field was our freshman left tackle, Jacob Gardner. We threw the ball 55 times, and I think he was outstanding in this game for a true freshman. So we had a lot of freshmen play good. We had a freshman receiver, Torrey, scored a touchdown. We had freshman running back score a touchdown. So we're still young, and we have a lot of growth and improvement to make. So it's kind of a lot for an opening statement, but with that, we'll take any questions.
To the opening game type thing, the no game in 200 days, 300 days, just what we've talked about a little bit before. What percentage of that would you attribute to that?
Oh, we have a lot of, we have new defense, we have new coaches. We didn't have a spring ball. There's plenty of excuses. We don't we don't want to make any. But it's tough to know exactly what to attribute to. We needed to play, I know that much. We needed a game in the worst kind of way to see where we were at. And I think we'll learn a lot from this, getting a chance to play today. I think we'll look at the film. I think our kids will understand a lot. And normally you make a lot of improvement between your first and second games. And so hopefully we'll get a chance to get a hold of this film. We'll see some of the mistakes we made and be able to address address those issues. And so, I think we can play much better, much cleaner than we did tonight. And that'll be our goal when we go back to work tomorrow.
Coach, I'm sorry, you gonna go?
Go ahead.
Oh, Coach, with such a different environment out there without fans, how did you and your team kind of adjust to that type of environment? Was it different from any other contest you've been in before?
Yeah, it was different. And, but once the game started, your focus really turns to the field. And we talked about it. Almost everything we're doing is different than normal. And so, we've really challenged our team and our coaches just to expect that. And, we wanted to keep our energy and focus on the field. We felt like controlling our attention was probably the biggest challenge that we were going to have. And we want to continue that. And I think on the most part, we did a good job of that. We made some errors, and it certainly wasn't perfect. So we have a lot to improve. But the atmosphere, it's going to be different every single week we play. But it wasn't terrible. It wasn't at all. And it wasn't like a normal game where we had more fans there. But I think our guys just enjoyed being out there playing, and they really have been looking forward to this opportunity. So we'll kind of learn from this, and we'll adjust. It'll be different next week when we go on the road, and we'll have to be ready to adjust to all these different challenges as they come up week to week.
Jay, Alex Margie, how pleased were you just to see your team make plays when they had their back against the wall? I mean, you talked about the punt and the last play in overtime, the plays on defense. I mean, you guys made so many great plays throughout the game, but to be able to do it when you absolutely had to make the play, I imagine that sits well with you.
Well, we've talked about it as a team. We know none of these games are going to be easy, and we didn't expect any of them to be easy. And this is a really good program. I mean, they beat the brakes off us last year, and so, one of the things we've kind of taken pride of around here is that, when we've lost games, we've really worked hard to correct the things that hurt us. And we were embarrassed by the way we played at Wyoming last year, and so we tried to address those issues and why we didn't play so well. And I think we made a lot of improvement. We had this team down, and we really couldn't finish them when we had a chance, but we have to learn from that. So, but we have playmakers. One of the things I told our guys is, we're not necessarily worried about having stars. Is we want playmakers. We want guys that can make plays, whether it's all of our receivers, all our skill players, our running backs, defensive backs that can make plays, defensive linemen that are going to make pressure the quarterback. We have to find people that can make plays, and if we continue to add those to the roster, we're just going to continue to get better and better as a program. And I think we're more athletic than we've ever been as a team, and that should benefit us as we go through the season.
Carter with the Nevada appeal, I don't think we've met before, but Just to start with, I know you've mentioned the youth on offense, and to be able to come out in the opener and put up, almost 500 yards of offense with some of the plays that your underclassmen made. What does that tell you about what to expect for the rest of the year on offense with some of those younger guys?
We just try to keep adding playmakers. We feel like if we can add playmakers to our offense and our quarterback has weapons, it's just going to continue to get better. And Carson's a guy that I think he's starting to understand all the different players that he has. I'm sitting there looking at this passing. I think we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different guys catch the ball. And so that's tough on a defense when you spread the ball around that much. And Carson's understanding that. And so we've got to continue to do that. We got to continue to build those young playmakers. I was really proud of Torrey Horton, seeing him catch those balls, and Avery, and then we got some other kids that didn't really get any catches that are pretty good players that we expect to make plays for us. So that's something that we can definitely grow with. And the more different guys that we have that can make plays, the tougher it is on the defense.
One or two more?
Hi, Coach Duke again. You touched on this briefly a second ago, but I'm kind of curious. Wyoming's rallying. You guys needed something to happen, and Burdale made a very athletic play deep in their territory. How big was that to you? And he's made good plays in the past, but were you looking for something from Burdale to help you guys move forward at that point?
It's funny, we have new coaches, and I told Coach Banks, I said, Burdell's he gonna get him one tonight, and it's just Burdell. He's a competitive guy. He really likes to compete, and I just really proud of him. He's a senior now. He's been through a lot since he's been here, been through a lot of adversity personally, and we've said it a few different times. I heard this earlier in the week, and I think it applies to all of us. Today's misery is tomorrow's blessing, and we've all been going through a lot, and it's going to make us stronger as individuals and as a team. And Burdell's certainly a great example of that. He's been through a lot of things that nobody ever goes through, and so I'm really proud of him. And we're excited to see all these seniors really finish and have a great senior year.
Hi, Coach. Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
What do you think was just the biggest difference maker just going into overtime, knowing that, hey, these guys have been in these types of games and these situations before in order to come out on top of Carson and make that throw to Romeo?
No, you're right, Shannon. We have been in a lot of these kind of situations. We've been in a lot of 2-minute situations. We've been in several overtimes. And so I think our guys have confidence if we do the things that we're capable of doing, we can score. And we practice those situations a lot. We practice 2-minute. We practice all those end of the game situations. So I think our guys are very comfortable in that. And it was the Purdue game a year ago. We were in a kind of a similar situation with Carson. So it's great, that Carson is still a relatively young player. I mean, he's got this year and 2 more years left. And so he's got a lot of meat on the bone. And so he's just going to get better. And to have these kind of situations where he's had to play at the end of the game, I think it just builds his confidence. So we're really confident that if we get in any kind of situation like that, we can score and we can win. And we got a lot of playmakers that can score. So I think our guys feel a lot of confidence in those situations.
Okay. Wrap it up with Coach.
Yep. Thank you.
Go ahead with questions for Carson.
Carson, how much do you feel like experience at this point helped you in a situation like tonight? You guys had a lot of success in the middle of the game and then hit a rut where you just couldn't get anything going and couldn't get first down, but you get there in overtime and immediately make plays. I mean, how much of it just collectively as a group, knowing you have so many weapons, knowing you have experience, and knowing that you can get the job done that moment?
Yeah, I mean, experience is something that you can't teach or coach. It's something that the team either has or it doesn't, and this team's got a lot of experience. There's a lot of guys that have been in some big situations like this before. And we also have some really good freshmen that know how to play some football. And, we just got a good team top to bottom. We stalled out a lot during, I think, like the fourth quarter, some in the third quarter too. But, if we correct those mistakes, we could really get rolling this year. So.
Carson, just describe the moment of being able to win a game in overtime and celebrating with your team and all the ups and downs of this game, but being able to get a W in the end.
Playing overtime games it's either going to be like you're on top of the world or you're heartbroken, and we were heartbroken in the worst type of way, losing to UNLV in overtime last year. And so, once we got into OT, I just kind of knew, like I had a feeling that, we were going to come out with this win, and there wasn't going to be any way that we weren't going to win this game. And so being able to get over that hump and win a game in overtime after we lost to UNLV in overtime last year, it just feels really good, just, getting over that hump.
Carson, Coach mentioned that you had spread the ball out. I believe it was 9 different receivers. Is that something that's a good thing for you guys? Do you look for that to happen, or is it just having all those guys around you? Or were you just seeing different guys? How did that work out?
I mean, it's my goal, it's my job to just hit the open guy every single play. Like, I don't care. I trust all the receivers out there. Like, obviously, Romeo and Cookie and Cole and those guys, Milkwan, all those guys are super good, but I trust every single guy that's out there. So, I mean, I just want to hit the open man.
Carson, when talking with Coach Norvell just moments ago, he shouted you in praise just how much you've been able to take a step up in your leadership and so many other qualities on the field. With you personally, how much confidence do you have in your game right now?
I'm really confident. I really think that we left a ton of plays out there tonight, and we could have been extremely, extremely potent as an offense. We could have put up a lot more points and a lot more yards, and a lot of that falls on my shoulders. We kind of stalled out, and I think we kind of just got a little complacent. And it's a good lesson for us. We got to just put our foot on the gas and have no breaks all game. And if we can do that and just take every single drive like it's our last and just execute every single play, we could really put up some serious points.
On top of your leadership that's been on display these past 2 years, you've really shown cadence to throw the deep ball, and especially tonight with that throw to Cole Turner, a couple other deep throws. What's been working for you in that department as well? Is that something you've really been working on this offseason?
Yeah, it's the number one thing I was working on in quarantine with my dad, and it's just something I really wanted to get better at because I left a lot of yards and big plays out there last year, and I left a lot more out there tonight too. I missed a lot of throws that I could have hit. We could have been even more efficient, had even more yards and even more points. So, I'm just going to look at the tape and get better. And, that one, I think it was in the first quarter, Romeo was wide open. I missed him. That's making me sick still. But, we can start hitting those consistently, and I'm not missing wide open guys like that. Teams should be pretty scared, actually.
Just heading into this season, are you already learning so much more about yourself and your capabilities just one game into the season? Is there anything that you've really taken away from this part to this point?
Yeah, I think when we were practicing this entire time, I've been gaining confidence every day just because, I've been executing in practice, and, it's just you want to get on game day because you want to see if you can do it in the game, like I've been doing it in practice this entire time for months now, and I've just been asking myself, like, am I going to be this good in the game? Like, can I do this in the game? And, obviously, like, I believe that I can, and it just feels good to actually do it, like, for real, not in practice, like actually doing it in a game for real.
Thank you, Coach.
That's it? All right.
Questions for Sam?
Sam, in a game that was just kind of back and forth throughout that whole second half, how proud are you of your defense to just really stay strong and force plays and make plays when they have to happen in the biggest of situations?
Yeah, it was a great test against a really good team. They were sound across the board, and I'm really proud of my defense. There were some young guys that stepped up. Tyson had to leave the game, and guys replaced him and stepped up. Like, that's huge. And there were some guys that got in the fourth quarter. Daniel Griesiak getting that sack, his first play in a DN, that was huge. Just seeing that, and yeah, I was really happy with him. But I know that come Monday we got to come to work because we all know what color the cannon is, and we got to get that changed. So.
One positive to certainly take away is your performance as well as Don Peterson's, just wreaking havoc up the middle throughout the whole night. Is that something that you really just kind of honed in on tonight? What was working out there today?
Not just tonight, but we've been working since June. And I don't know if I really wanted to practice back in June, but I'm glad that we did. I'm glad that Jay is he's a forward-thinking coach, and he put us in a good spot to win this game.
Sam, what was the difference, if any, you could point to for Wyoming's rally? Was it a case of Wyoming just doing better, or was it a case of adjustments you guys needed to make? What were you seeing on the field there when they were rallying?
They're a good team, and we got a fresh defense. I'm not too sure exactly what they schemed up or whatever, but we made the changes that we needed to make, and we made our rally back, and that's what I'm happy for.
And if I could follow that up, one of the key plays was Burdale's interception. You guys needed a big play at that time. Is there ever a sense that you feel a big play is coming, or you know would you agree that you guys needed something to happen at that time? Were you relieved by that?
I believe our defense is well-rounded, and we know when we do need to make big plays, and we talk about it. We talk about it in practice. We talk about getting the ball out, and we celebrate these things, and we know that turnovers can change the game. So we're all thinking of getting the ball out all the time.
Sam, how weird was it for you guys just not having fans there and just to bring your own energy? I mean, was it weird at times on the sidelines for you guys?
It really wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be a little bit worse. They had the pumped-in noise, which that probably helped a little bit. But really throughout the summer and all this time we've been practicing, we've had to bring our own energy to practice, and we did that tonight. Good.
More, if you would, if you could name 2 or 3 areas that you guys would like to do better for next week's UNLV game, is there anything specific you could point to saying, you know, we should get a little bit better here, here, and here?
Our pressure on the quarterback, I'd like to see a little bit better. I'd like to suffocate the quarterback to where he feels like he's got to get off the spot now, and I felt like at times he felt a little too comfortable, and he was a good scrambling quarterback, and we need to respond to that.
All right, thank you, Sam.
Thank you, guys.
And questions for Cole Turner, who will be our last guest tonight.
Cole, can I start you out with an obvious one? You had the most noticeable position shift on the team. What was your first impression of tight end?
Yeah. Jay came up to me and talked to me about it in the offseason. E. Scott said they think I can make more of an impact there, so I was all for it. I want to see the team win, so I'll do whatever they need me to do.
If I could follow up, you were involved in some big plays tonight. I'm sure that excites you on a personal level, but also you helped generate some offense. Is that what you're going to be bringing to the team this season as you project forward 7 games?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I plan to keep making plays whenever they call my number, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's making the plays as long as we're winning the games. I think all the guys feel like that. We had a ton of guys catch balls and have a big day today, so we're gonna need that every game because this offense can be really special this year.
You mentioned the switch to tight end can be somewhat of a tricky position. Did that take any adjustment for you throughout the offseason, or do you think you really fit it kind of like naturally, just fit it like a glove?
I think eventually it came naturally, but at first it was a little weird. I've never put my hand in the dirt. I mean, I've always been tall, but I never got heavy until this year. I mean, last year playing I weighed like 215. I came in my freshman year I was like 205, and I'm like 235, 240 now. So it was a big difference, but all that definitely paid off and helped in the end. So I mean, at the end of the day, I think it was a seamless fit, and I think it definitely was for the best.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, you added a lot more weight to the frame, considerable amount. How's that kind of helped your game throughout this whole process?
I definitely think the first thing is it helped my confidence a lot. Second off, like it was just, I think this is the spot that I'm meant to be in at the end of the day. I always knew that I was a guy that could go out there and make plays, so I'm glad I'm finally getting the chance to show it, whether that be at tight end, receiver, wherever they line me up.
You and Carson really clicked throughout the night. Is that kind of chemistry, is that bonded between the offseason? How are you two going forward?
Yeah, I mean, me and Carson, we came on our official visit together 3 or 4 years ago. So, and we've lived together ever since we came to the university together. Same with Romeo. Us three have always been together. We've always been roommates, and we're always going to be really close friends. So, chemistry has never been the issue.
Anything else? Okay, thank you everyone. We'll get this file uploaded to
Thank you.